Pokemon TCG Pocket is over a year old now, and it's undeniable. This game is a massive success. As a mobile adaptation of the classic Pokemon trading card game, Pocket absolutely nailed it. Tons of cards, gorgeous art, and a streamlined rule set that delivers quick, satisfying games. It hooked me. I've been opening packs almost every day since launch. Now here's the punchline. I think Pocket might be the most draftable version of Pokemon ever made. Stick with me. We'll get there soon. Early on, I realized Pokemon Pocket isn't just fun on your phone. It actually works really well on the table as a physical card game. So I printed out a few proxy decks and played with my kids. They loved it. Absolute smash hit. And that's when I started thinking, could this be a draft game? Because if Pokemon Pocket works in real life, it might just be the most accessible way to draft Pokemon. Drafting a TCG is, in my opinion, the ultimate tabletop gaming experience. Everyone sits down on equal footing. You open packs, you make choices, you build a deck on the fly. And then you see if it actually works. There's no collection to maintain, no homework beforehand. The deck building is the game. Drafting is basically the board game version of a TCG. And we already know one thing for sure. Opening packs of Pokemon cards is fun. Drafting takes that excitement and makes it the core experience. On the surface, Pokemon should be a great draft game. You've got clear types, obvious synergies, and big flashy Pokemon that feel incredible when they finally hit the table. Pokemon should be a great draft game, but in reality, it kind of isn't, at least not without some effort. There's a problem. The Pokemon TCG, as it comes in booster packs, just isn't designed for draft. Packs, both physical and in Pocket, are random assortments of Pokemon and trainer cards. They're built for collecting, not for drafting. There's two big issues: the evolution mechanic itself, and uneven power levels. Let's tackle evolution first. You can't just play Charizard from your hand. You need Charmander first, then Charmeleon. So Charizard isn't one card. It's a 3-piece combo. In a random draft, you might open Charizard and never see the rest. When that happens, your deck just doesn't function, and that feels awful. Now, let's talk about power level. Pokemon sets are full of what are basically filler Pokemon. They might be your favorite, they might have great art, but a lot of them aren't really meant to be played. So if you want Pokemon to work as a draft game, you have to solve those two problems. What I and a lot of Pokemon TCG players over the years have done to solve this issue is build a draft cube, a custom set of cards hand-picked to play well together as a balanced, self-contained set. It solves the filler problem, but evolution is still an issue. One common fix is mutant evolution, basically letting Pokemon evolve into things they normally wouldn't. I tried it a lot. There are actually several videos on my channel covering this phase of my Pocket Cube. Mechanically, it works. Your decks function, but it also changes how the game feels. When Charmander evolves into Rapidash or Gyarados, it stops feeling like Pokemon. The fantasy cracks a little, and the gameplay starts to feel kind of samey. So instead of forcing Pokemon to fit draft, I tried to make draft fit Pokemon. And this is the exact moment everything clicked for me. That's where line topper drafting comes in. Here's the idea. During the draft, you only see the final Pokemon in each evolution line. If you draft Charizard, you don't just get that one card. After the draft, you automatically receive the rest of the line, your Charmanders and Charmeleons, for free. So when you take a big Pokemon, you know it's playable. You still have to decide which evolution lines to invest in, but once you do, they actually work. No broken decks, no weird rule exceptions. line topper drafting is, I think, the cleanest way to draft Pokemon. But it does come with one big logistical problem: storage. And this is where Pocket quietly fixes everything. With line topper drafting, you need to bring a lot of extra cards with you. It's been done before. In the classic Pokemon TCG, a game where you can run 4 copies of a card in a 60-card deck, systems like this explode in size. You might need 1,000 extra Pokemon just to support your evolution lines, not to mention your trainers. But Pokemon Pocket is different. Decks are only 20 cards, and you're limited to 2 copies of each card. Quick math. A full Stage 2 line in Pocket is 6 cards instead of 12. That smaller deck size also helps keep everything manageable. Instead of needing to haul around 1,000 plus extra cards, you only need a few hundred, an amount that fits into a manageable storage box. So, let's dive into my Pocket Cube. You don't need to remember all of this, just keep in mind that everything here is designed to keep drafts fast and fair. The cube has enough cards for 2 players. It includes 151 Pokemon species and about 15 distinct trainer cards. Here's how the draft pool works. Each line topper appears only once, while all the under evolutions and extra copies are available for deck building after the draft. That's the basic structure, and it has a big impact on how games play out. Here's what I mean. If you've played Pokemon Pocket online, you've probably noticed that each season, a few decks tend to dominate. And that's fine for ranked play, but in the Pocket Cube, that hierarchy disappears. You're not chasing the best deck, you're making the best deck you can from what you're given. Cards that never matter online suddenly become really interesting. Unexpected combinations show up, and you get to play with all the cool cards that don't quite make the cut in ranked play. And that's the experience I wanted to build my draft cube around. To give players a bit more control, I added a shop system. After the draft, each player gets a few shop tickets. They can spend them on extra trainer cards or alternate versions of Pokemon they already drafted. Think of it like a mini market phase in a board game. It lets players tweak their decks without taking the excitement out of the draft. I keep all the shop cards in a binder for easy viewing. I've also created a few draft effect cards inspired by Pocket's collecting systems: Booster Pack, Wonder Pick, and Trade. These add small surprises and let players grab extra Pokemon in fun, thematic ways after the draft. The shop system is carefully balanced. It's restrictive enough to encourage meaningful decisions, but flexible enough to keep it fun. The result? Strategic, rewarding, and always fresh. Every draft feels unique. When I play with my kids, the setup is super simple. We deal out a random pile of Pokemon from the draft pool, and let them freely build decks from that sample. Sometimes my daughter just goes for the evolution deck. Vaporeon is her favorite. It's creative, approachable, and again, super simple. With experienced players, we kick things up a notch. We use a 3x3 grid draft system. All 55 trainer cards are shuffled with 30 random Pokemon from the draft pool and 5 draft effects cards. During the draft, players alternate picking rows or columns of 3 cards. The 10-round draft gives 2 players enough Pokemon lines and trainers to build 3 distinct decks. From there, we usually play a conquest format. A player needs to win once with each deck to take down the match. Deck building goes from casual to strategically intense. Each individual game is quick, but the draft itself and the process of building multiple decks while seeing every one of your opponent's picks is surprisingly deep. Every choice matters. It's my favorite way to play the Pocket Cube, and it's a total blast. Also, I've made some really nice looking proxies. And that's the Pokemon Pocket Draft Cube. This has become my family's #1 favorite game. We play it almost every day, and building it has been an absolute blast. Tinkering with the list each month when new sets drop is half the fun for me. If you haven't noticed, I'm proud of this project. The gameplay is big-time TCG good, and honestly, I'm surprised more people aren't doing this yet. While making this video, I started a Discord channel dedicated to Tabletop Pocket. The link is in the description. Come hang out and talk shop. I'm sure I'm not the only person out there that would find this enjoyable. If you've ever wanted a Pokemon draft experience that's easy to learn, tons of fun, and still unmistakably Pokemon, I think this is it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Maybe even in the Discord. SwoCube out.